Well, after the wonderful Mu Day on the weekend, it is almost as though we have dropped back into the traffic jam with the gridlock and the road rage. So many people are complaining about that feeling of being not able to move and feeling lost and miserable. I haven't been feeling that bad, but I will admit to feeling irritable a lot. I have noticed something that goes with that irritation. It's what I call automatic chakra clearing. It is as though the chakras go pop and some energy is released, and I only catch up with my mind afterwards, as if to say what was that all about. So, let me share with you the story of today. You may remember a few days ago I told you about my ongoing visits to my bank and the traffic jam there. Well, it remained unsolved, and so some good friends in Europe offered to route money through Europe for me, but my bank refused to allow me to accept it. It all has to do with the hugely strict foreign exchange laws in this country. But, for me, this was tipping point. At this stage, Ms. Nice Guy was replaced by Ms. Fierce and Angry. I lost it. I didn't actually shout at them, I spoke more loudly than is my custom, and I only used one swear word. Honest. I did go on a bit, and I did tell them very firmly, that I was not interested in why they could not help me, I wanted to know what they were doing to help me, and that if they could not, then they could close my accounts, all of them. So there. Then I left. So, how did I feel after that? Terrible actually. I had always been taught to be a nice person, and to be polite. It did not seem to be working. Did it make a difference? Oh yes. Decidedly. After that the heavens opened and the seas parted, metaphorically speaking, and the matter was resolved in 2 hours. So, the moral of the story is, search me. I haven't a clue. Behaving badly gets things done? No, that somehow sounded wrong, especially for where we are now, so I asked Archangel Michael. The Michael energy seemed amused, and was laughing at me, very gently, of course. There I was, in tears, with a pain in my chest. Am I having a heart attack? I thought. No, apparently, according to Michael I was being passionate. Expressing passion gets things moving. Sure, I was passionate, I was shaking and tearful, and I had this pain in my chest. Well yes, says Michael, quite a lot of energy just went whoosh right through the heart chakra, and my passion was what made things happen so fast. Now, according to Michael, what I need to learn is how to project that much passion in positive ways so that things move without my needing to pop my heart chakra to get things to move. I think he was absolutely right. Banks do bore me, I am sorry to say. When I go into one, I am bored. I have tried playing a game I call Look at Me, I am an important person in the bank, but it never works for too long. I am still bored. So I am bored and polite, and the staff are bored and polite. Mirror, mirror on the wall. When I am passionate, they jump. Passion moves things. Archangel Michael often speaks to clients, through me, about the need for passion. It is what is lacking in most of our lives. We have spent so long being conditioned and living as we are expected to, that we have no idea what it feels like to be passionate. And when we are filled with passionate energies of love, we tend to complain that we are not feeling well and that our symptoms are bad. And all the time the passion and love is backing up, just waiting to pop those chakras so that the passion and the energy can flow, and people can start being motivated by the passion in their lives. The important thing, though, is to not allow the energy to build in such a way that when it does pop you have no control over the flood of energy that is released. In my passionate encounter with the bank, I was still always in control of myself, and I explained to the woman I was dealing with that my frustration was not directed at her personally, but at the entire banking system that was unable to help me when I really needed the help. Of course, Archangel Michael says that were I to have been passionate in a positive and engaging way, I could have achieved the same without the tension. So, what we are really dealing with is boredom and a sense of being trapped in a life that no longer goes anywhere. And the answer is not really to just sit and do nothing, but to connect with your inner passion. I knew that, sort of, I kept drawing an angel card that said I should reconnect with my renewed passion for my work and my relationships. So, the lessons we are all being given is to reconnect with and rediscover our passion for our lives and our creativity. For it is the flow of creative passion that will move us forward and upward into the next spiral of our ever-unfolding potential. Have you ever watched children play? They become totally involved in whatever game they are playing, and sometimes there are tears and arguments, but when the game is over, then they move on to something else. They don't play the same game for the rest of their lives. So why do we, as adults, often imagine that our adult lives have to consist of the same adult games? Why do we not allow ourselves to explore and adventure and try our new ways of being and doing things? And why do we not give ourselves permission to be passionate and involved and focused? I think it is often because we fear the energy of our passions, and we don't know how to handle the power and the energy. We feel that being peaceful is somehow at odds with being passionate, and so we are deeply uncomfortable with the power of the disruptions to the mundane that are occasioned by the expression of vibrant passion. But, we need to remember that a part of creativity is the ability to leave behind or dismantle old creations so that new ones may come in. And, it is only passion that will enable us to be part of this cycle of birth and death. So, owning our passion in creative ways is often the first step in making changes and creating new energies in our lives. But, as Archangel Michael says, aim to express your passions in ways that are positive and that create new opportunities for all in the game. Play gently, and that includes being gentle with yourself. I have to share one more story with you. Some of you may remember Rob, who wrote to me a while ago. Anyway, he wrote again to say that he had finally found an old house to live in, and it was, well, old, but it was something. The next day he wrote me to say it had burnt down. No one was hurt. I just had to laugh. For sure, some fire energy had been at work there. This just wasn't his dream house, and his higher self just wasn't going to settle. We are in a very different place, now. The energy is really powerful. We are all learning how to express the powerful energy with focus and gentleness and compassion, but above all, with passion. For passion expressed through the heart is what will lift us into the new energies. It is our passion that will lift us into the mu frequency and keep us there.